everyone, today we'll be talking about whether Singapore is a good place to live in. Good place in terms of financial security means that our nation has strong financial security, caring for the monetary welfare of all our citizens regardless of whether they are retired or working, ensuring that they have enough money to lead comfortable lives.
We'll be touching on two of the main concerns in Singapore's financial security, mainly CPF and foreigners. Are they stealing our jobs? So, what is CPF?
Doesn't CPF stand for Provident Fund for my funeral?
Central Provident Fund, or CPF, is a compulsory savings plan for working Singaporeans and permanent residents to primarily fund their retirement, healthcare, and housing needs.
CPF aims to help us enjoy our later lives without monetary worries. Isn't CPF such a wonderful retirement savings plan?
No!
I wonder why Auntie Teo hates CPF so much.
My life was going so well, and now I can't even eat 24 burgers for a meal. And I can't even take out my hard-earned money from CPF to live peacefully. Why should the government be able to control how I use my own money? This is literally theft. Hi.
Don't say that lah, auntie. As a 76-year-old experienced person, I can tell you that CPF is great. CPF is split into 3 accounts: ordinary account, special account, and medicine. Even before the age of 55, you can use Medisave account to pay for hospital bills. Moreover, your CPF interest rate is 2.5% per annum, and you can invest a portion of your CPF money in exchange-traded funds, unit trusts, and etc. This allows you to make retirement money when you sell those investments off later.
But how can I live comfortably if all I get a month is a measly $800? I used to earn $5,000 after taxes, and now I don't even get $1,000 per month. And furthermore, why is there a minimum sum for CPF? If I were not to be able to hit the minimum sum, where will my money go to? All I'm getting is blood, sweat, and tears from this system. Live comfortably, my...
Aha, that's a misunderstanding that many Singaporeans have. That the CPF minimum sum keeps increasing and they need to top up the difference should they fail to meet the minimum sum upon retirement. In fact, the CPF minimum sum varies from cohort to cohort by taking into consideration inflation. Not required to top up the amount in short of the minimum sum. Failing to meet the minimum sum only means a lower monthly payout upon your retirement.
Wow, I feel so much better now.
We may all have this certain mindset that the influx of foreigners to Singapore has left many of us out of jobs. But is that really true?
I didn't get a promotion. I worked for my boss for 10 years as a senior executive. But he gave the promotion to a foreigner, to an Australian expatriate. Why are foreigners stealing our top jobs?
Actually, immigration in fact not only increases local employment rates in the service of locals, it helps to develop the skill sets. Research shows that exposure to a multicultural workplace makes people more creative in the long run. Foreign values, practices, and norms enduring the world and problem solving can help locals develop a more complex and sophisticated perception of the issues they confront.
But 99.7% of 31,800 jobs created in 2015 went to foreigners. Local employment growth was only 700, while that of foreigners was 22,600. That's nearly 33 times more.
That's true, but that was in 2015. In 2018, however, local employment growth was 27,400, which was double of that compared to foreigners, which was only 10,900. The local employment increase in 2018 came from services industries such as health, social services, transportation and storage, information and communications, and professional services.
But I'm still puzzled why my boss didn't give him a promotion.
Expats normally get the top jobs, not because they are foreigners, but like many local employees, they probably lack the soft skills such as communication, negotiation, leadership, and network building, which are what expats possess and are what becomes critical as they progress further in their career. However, almost all Singaporeans still have jobs, and many earn more than twice as much compared to an under no foreign talent scenario.
Oh. Alright, that was a meaningful discussion. In summary, Singapore is a good place to live in.
Because...
Stay tuned for more episodes of Is Singapore a Good Place to Live in with Auntie Teo?